Hello there, dear friends. As you settle in today, I want you to think about something: the everyday act of bathing. I know it's something most of us do without much thought, perhaps even out of habit after so many years. But have you ever wondered if that same routine could be gently adjusted to better support you in this stage of life? Believe it or not, the way we bathe matters, especially as we get older. Subtle adjustments can have far-reaching effects on our well-being. And today, we'll be diving into 5 common bathing habits that may be worth reconsidering to help you stay safe, healthy, and comfortable. I hope you'll find some inspiration to take a closer look at those small, everyday routines and make them work for you, not against you. After all, every season of life calls for its own kind of wisdom, doesn't it? Let's begin. 1. The temperature of your water. Finding balance between comfort and health. Let's start with a simple question. How hot is your shower? Many of us find a warm, steamy soak to be the most comforting thing in the world on a chilly morning or when our muscles ache. But as soothing as it feels, water that's too hot can harm aging skin. You see, as we grow older, our skin becomes thinner and produces less natural oil. Hot water quickly strips away those oils, leaving our skin dry and vulnerable to irritation, cracks, or even infection. Studies from organizations like the AARP highlight this issue. Hot water dilates blood vessels, which may lead to lightheadedness, or even fainting, especially for those with heart conditions or fluctuating blood pressure. And that sudden, sharp chill many of us feel stepping out of a hot shower, it puts unnecessary strain on our cardiovascular system. Why not try this instead? Test your water temperature. It should feel comfortably warm, but not so hot that your skin flushes red. And make it a point to moisturize right after bathing. Your skin will thank you, and so will your energy levels. It's a small adjustment, but as we often find, taking care of ourselves is a series of small, intentional acts. 2. Bathing too often. When less is actually more. Here's something that might surprise you. You likely don't need to bathe every single day anymore. For much of our lives, daily showers are part of our routine. Whether we're dashing to work, running after children, or exercising regularly. But as our skin ages, its ability to retain moisture diminishes. Daily showers, especially with soap, can dry out that delicate balance your skin needs to stay healthy and resilient. Instead of showering out of habit, think about what your body needs. Perhaps every other day with a focus on key areas like underarms, feet, and groin is enough. Linda, a woman I once spoke to in her late 70s, shared how her dermatologist recommended cutting back to just a couple of full showers per week. Spot cleaning areas day to day was plenty. Her skin stopped feeling tight and itchy, and to her surprise, she didn't feel less clean. Sometimes, less is truly more. And let's not forget the energy factor. Showering while refreshing can take a lot out of us, especially if bending or twisting feels more challenging these days. Saving energy for the activities you love just might start with giving yourself permission to shower a little less. 3. Safety first. Building support systems for independence. Here's a sobering fact. Falls in the bathroom are one of the leading causes of injury among older adults. It happens in a flash, a slippery floor, a soapy misstep, or a moment of imbalance. Now, I know that many people hesitate to install grab bars or slip-resistant mats, thinking they're for the frail or the elderly at some far-off stage. But let me gently reframe that for you. Supporting your safety is an act of empowerment, not a sign of limitation. Take Eugene, an 81-year-old gentleman I read about recently. He installed grab bars in his bathroom at 75, even though he didn't think it was necessary. One day, he slipped on the wet tile. That grab bar? It was there when he needed it most. He didn't fall, didn't injure his hip. He simply took a moment, gathered his balance, and went on with his day. You see, protecting yourself isn't about losing independence. It's about maintaining it. Simple, affordable additions, like grab bars, a shower chair, or a slip-resistant mat, can make a world of difference. And in this stage of life, any step toward safety is a step toward living on your own terms for longer. 4. Listening to what your skin is trying to tell you. Our skin is a storyteller, quietly offering clues about our health. Bathing is one of the few moments when we're alone, undistracted, and able to connect with our bodies. Yet it's so easy to rush through or brush aside changes. A new mole, dry patches, discoloration, or bruises that weren't there before. One of the most profound ways we can care for ourselves is by paying attention. Dr. Maria Simmons, a dermatologist specializing in aging skin, emphasizes the importance of using bathing as a time for gentle self-check-ins. Notice how your skin feels under your hands. Has something changed? Is there a spot that hasn't healed? Taking note of these quiet signals can help detect conditions like diabetes complications, infections, or even some forms of cancer in their earliest stages when they're most treatable. Don't rush or fear what you might find. Instead, approach your bathing routine as an act of self-care and curiosity. Knowledge is power, my friends. And the earlier we seek advice, the more options we have. 5. Slowing down. Treating bathing as a ritual, not a task. Finally, let's talk about the rhythm of your bathing routine. Do you move quickly out of habit? Perhaps you're focused on just getting it done so you can tackle what's next. But when we approach it with that mindset, we rob ourselves of a beautiful moment of care and connection. Raymond, an elder I once heard about, learned this lesson the hard way. Rushing out the door after his shower one morning, he became faint and stumbled against the wall. Since then, he approaches bathing with a sense of slowness, like a ritual. He lets the water warm the room before stepping in, sits down for part of the wash, and uses each motion as a chance to breathe deeply. Taking time, whether it's an extra 5 minutes or simply moving more mindfully, can steady your balance, calm your heart rate, and even reduce stress hormones. Bathing is about far more than getting clean. It's a moment of reset, of refreshment, even of gratitude for the body that continues to carry you through. Final reflections. So, there you have it. The 5 habits that, with just a little adjustment, can transform a basic routine into an act of resilience and self-love. Which of these resonated most with you? Are you dialing down the water temperature, bathing a little less frequently, prioritizing safety, checking in with your skin, or slowing down to savor the moment? Know that these aren't changes you need to make overnight. Give yourself grace as you experiment with what works best for you. Because here's the truth. Aging isn't about holding on to what we used to do. It's about discovering the wisdom to adapt lovingly and intentionally. Thank you for spending this time with me. Your presence here is deeply appreciated. If this conversation brought something meaningful into your day, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your reflections, or even just the little changes you're considering after listening today. The simplest shifts can often have the most profound impact. Stay well, stay curious, and remember, you deserve all the care and kindness that you so often give to others.